From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
And right now on the Afternoon Edition, a chance for food trucks to get in for inspections, get out, and get back on the streets fast. Good afternoon, I'm Brian Yamamoto. The small businesses and entrepreneurs are on full display for the next few days here in San Francisco. It's the annual food truck permit roundup. For the next 4 days, food trucks will be able to pull up to a parking lot, get inspected, get permits from the Department of Health and Fire Department. This one-stop shop means the city's 750 food trucks can get everything they need in about half an hour. Food truck owners say it streamlines a process would normally take days and cost hundreds of dollars.
It can get done, but of course it's just more steps. It's having to make appointments, having to take time specifically for that when we already have, we're already busy with our work. So this one-stop shop that you're in and out of half an hour, so good.
Well, the fire marshal says they've been doing this food truck roundup for about 30 years. If you want to get a look at the food trucks, this is all happening at the Alemany Farmers Market in their parking lot. Well, there's broken glass on the sidewalk and plywood on the windows after a Lululemon store was broken into overnight. This is on 4th Street in Berkeley. Police say it happened just after 1 in the morning. When they got there, they saw a black car parked in front of the store, took off. They're still looking for the suspects. Fremont city leaders are changing their recently passed camping ban. The council voted to revise the policy, removing language that anyone aiding or abetting encampments could be arrested. Enforcement starts immediately, though. But homeless advocates maintain the city needs to scrap the ban altogether. Our Kevin Coe caught up with some people who worry they have nowhere to go.
Rob Vai has been homeless since 2019.
I was making good money pre-COVID.
He was a traveling musician who lost his job when the world shut down. Rob moved back home to Fremont, now homeless in the city he grew up in, a city where the way he's living is now illegal.
I should have every bit of rights that everybody else does. The fact that they take that from me because they don't like the way it looks, it's absurd.
In February, Fremont City Council members voted to ban camping on public property. It included a controversial clause, making it illegal for anyone to aid or abet anyone at an encampment. City Council members say they will vote to remove that section entirely and clarify the ordinance does not ban donations. Advocates and outreach workers who worried they'd be prosecuted for providing aid say it's not enough. They spoke out in front of City Hall before the council vote.
You can give, but the person to whom you give has no right to possess.
City officials say the camping ban will focus specifically on high crime areas causing safety hazards. But advocates and people like Rob don't believe enforcement will stop there.
They have the nerve to say, well, we're not going to go out of our way to do anything really like that. But no, you give the possibility of doing that. Once you give the possibility to do that, they're going to do it.
Sitting next to Rob is Jose, one of many now trying to figure out where to go if he's moved.
City Hall, right in front.
Why?
Where else can I go?
Rob also plans to stay in his hometown, even as his support network is drying out.
Everybody I almost grew up with is no longer in this town. They've been pretty much pushed out, priced out. And I think that's just absurd.
Well, earlier this week, San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie unveiled his year-long plan to tackle homelessness. It calls for changes to the city's street outreach teams and aims to add 1,500 shelter beds within 6 months. There are also plans to review how the city is spending money on homeless programs. Okay, to First Alert weather right now, let's give you a live look outside, looking at the Coit Tower right there, standing nice and tall right now, but a little bit more gray outside than it was yesterday. Meteorologist Jessica Birch is in the Virtual View studio with our forecast. Hey, Jess.
Hey, how's it going? All right, as we take a quick look at what's going on for us this afternoon, we are gearing up for some more rain in the forecast, moving in from the north. It happens pretty fast as we head into the afternoon hours and evening hours tonight. Now, starting around 7, 8 o'clock, areas like Santa Rosa all the way down into Novato will get splashed first with this. Notice how it moved throughout the Bay Area pretty quick, though. We're already dealing with cloudy skies now outside. It was clear this morning, looking a lot different now that we're into that lunchtime hour and advancing the clock all the way to 5, 6, 7 o'clock. That's where we start seeing those showers roll in from offshore, starting up in the North Bay. Areas like Stinson Beach will see showers well before San Francisco does, but it moves throughout the Bay Area pretty fast. And notice how it breaks apart, too. You see the characteristics right there. I mean, just partly cloudy skies for the most part, on and off showers into the forecast into the evening hours tonight. it moves off into the east as we head into the overnight hours, and then we're just left with dry conditions, not only for the rest of the night, but for the rest of this week. In total, this rain system will give us about 1/100 of an inch of rain. I'll have more on that coming up in a bit, and the other big weather story, which has to do with the warm-up. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Jess. On the Money Watch, you might be seeing a credit on your PG&E bill next month. California programs pushing companies to pay fees on emissions. So if you are electric only, PG&E customers expect a credit of about $58. Gas customers can expect $67. And if you pay for both gas and electric, you'll get $125. Not bad. New at noon, the Federal Reserve has decided to hold interest rates steady. That leaves the benchmark federal funds rate between 4.25 and 4.5%, where it's been since December. The Fed is still looking at 2 potential rate cuts later on this year. So let's give you a check on Wall Street and see how the Dow is reacting today. Here's a live look at the big board right now. As you can see, a big spike right there after the news from the Fed Reserve, up about 520 points this afternoon. President Trump says his call earlier today with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was very good. The call is the first known conversation between Trump and Zelensky since their blow-up in the Oval Office. Well, today's conversation mainly focused on Trump's call with Russian President Vladimir Putin yesterday. Trump says he and Zelensky spoke to align Russia and Ukraine in terms of their requests and needs regarding a potential temporary ceasefire. According to the White House, leaders agreed to a partial ceasefire covering energy and infrastructure, but Russia has not agreed to a full 30-day ceasefire. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is facing a series of legal setbacks. A federal judge is blocking the administration from using the Alien Enemies Act to deport alleged Venezuelan gang members. President Trump criticized judges who ruled against him.
These are judges that shouldn't be allowed. I think at a certain point you have to start looking at what do you do when you have a rogue judge.
Well, the comments did not sit well with the Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts. He made a rare statement saying impeachment is not the answer to legal disagreements.